Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2023 mid-month general reading. So we're looking at the last half of July, and this reading is for the air sign of Aquarius. I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this or any of the videos on my YouTube channel, for all that you do in support of this channel. Liking, sharing, subscribing. Please hit that like button. It really does help. Those of you who comment, reach out for personal readings, refer and recommend, it is all greatly appreciated. Thank you. So Aquarius, if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Aquarius, this video is for you. If you're cross-watching for an Aquarian, this is also relevant. It's a general reading, so of course it'll resonate a little differently for everyone. If you know your sun, moon, rising, Venus, any or all of those other signs, watch those videos as well for additional insight. Now, if you find that something really does resonate with you, and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading or information about that for yourself or as a gift for someone else, or you simply like the reading style and are interested in a reading, please email me at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. You can see that contact info, that email address, by clicking the description link or the title of this video. I would love to hear from you, and I can usually get back to you the same day with more information. I do offer a pretty wide array of choices for readings in all areas of life, of all different lengths and costs and budgets. So and scheduling of personal readings is done in a fairly timely fashion, as it's what I do full time. So if you're interested, please email me. Okay, Aquarius, let's see what the last half of July looks like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Radiant Rider-Waite. So we begin Aquarius with the Queen of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, showing up as a queen, but general reading could be a male as well, with the King of Wands. Okay, so we have a couple here, King and Queens of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This is probably you and someone else, or a couple that might be close to you. Sometimes if it's just one particular court card, it can represent your energy, the energy you want to manifest, but I mean, both the King and Queen together, this is a couple energy. So either you in regards to someone else or a couple close to you. Next, we have the Star, renewed, restored hope, faith, and optimism, having faith on a path that will lead you to your wish fulfillment based on faith. It can be a sign from the universe that you're on the right path as well. It's a card of renewed, restored hope, faith, and optimism, reconciliation, second chances, because in the tarot it comes after the Tower, after some major event or major shakeup or breakdown. The Star comes to renew and restore hope, faith, and optimism and rebuild in the path ahead. With the Magician. So this is hope that the work can be put in to renew or resuscitate something, or if you put the work in the path that lies in front of you, that you can have your wish fulfillment, because the Magician is the manifester of the tarot. He's kind of the entrepreneur of the tarot. He knows it's not enough just to put out positive thoughts and thinking and meditating. Those things are good and important too, but the Magician knows how to utilize all of his knowledge, experience, wisdom, resources, and pair that with the physical work, the actual work to make something manifest into physical reality. So there's hope that you can manifest your wish fulfillment on the road that lies in front of you, perhaps after some really difficult or challenging time or ending. Next, we have the Two of Swords, but there's a reluctance or a resistance here to looking at something or making a choice to move on from something, because Swords is governed by the element of air, which governs our mental landscape. So how we think, our belief systems, thoughts, ideologies, perspectives, because that defines our reality and how we interact with that reality. So in the preceding card, of course, would be the Ace of Swords, which is the epiphany, seeing the truth, seeing something in the light of what it actually is, which gives you the opportunity to make choices. But the next card here in the Two of Swords, there's a sense of being stuck, you or someone close to you. If I look too closely at this thing, then I'll have to make a choice, I'll have to take action, and I don't want to do that right now. So there's this reluctance or resistance. It's kind of being stuck at a crossroads and not wanting to look at something, because then it will need to be addressed. With that, we have the Sun, light, love, warmth, laughter, being free from cares, illumination. Yeah. It's like someone has hope that the work can be done in to rebuild or manifest something beautiful moving forward, but somebody else just wants things I don't know, to be easy. They don't want to make a decision. They just want it to just happen. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus is the Knight of Swords. So knights represent offers and opportunities for change, the situation at which situations move. The Knight of Swords is a pretty fast-moving energy, but it's also very decisive because it's the Knight of Air, the Knight of knowledge and information and truth. This is kind of like the physical postman. He carries the news and information from the page and delivers it, begins manifesting with it. So this is about being very action-oriented and intentional about making decisions and taking action and having conversations about that as well. Meaningful conversations that result in deliverable results. So yeah, it feels like there's a couple here, you and someone else, or it could be a couple close to you. Yeah, there's been some difficulty, some challenge, maybe even a breakup or separation or estrangement of some kind. But there's a renewed, restored hope, faith, and optimism on the part of one person in this relationship or partnership. Doesn't have to be romantic, but a relationship or partnership. But it feels like there's a disparity in one person wanting to put the energy into it and rebuilding and manifesting, moving forward, and they believe that it can be done if the work is put into it. The other person's just like, let's just wait and see what happens, or I don't want to do it if there's too much effort involved. That's kind of what it feels like here. So let's clarify that Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, likely you. With the Magician again. And the Six of Swords, which is a card of healing, of putting the worst behind you and moving into a better place. Not quite to the other shore, non-solid ground yet, but definitely moving in the right direction. Again, somebody believes, likely you, believes that it's possible to heal moving forward if we put the work into it. Because the Magician twice, when you get repeating cards, it's kind of Spirit's way of underscoring what that card means. And the Magician is about putting all your effort into making something happen. Your mental effort, your physical effort, your emotional effort, your passion and creativity, the desire to do it, because putting all those things together and moving forward is what makes things happen. Successful people know this, successful in any way. So the theme is conversations about that and action. Let's clarify that Queen and King of Wands. The Page of Wands, messages, conversation. The Ten of Cups, the Happy Home card. This is the Happily Ever After card. This feeling like things are in a place where everything has finally come together, particularly where home and family are concerned. You really couldn't ask for anything more in that card. That's why we call it the White Picket Fence or Happily Ever After card. So that's the Queen of Wands. Let's see, the King of Wands. King of Wands has that Sun energy again. The Sun is a really super positive, the most positive card in my opinion in the tarot, but kind of like the Fool, it can have different aspects to it. Since that Sun is coming out with the King of Wands and we already have that Two of Swords with the Sun, it seems pretty clear here that the Queen of Wands, or one person in this partnership or relationship, says, look, we can renew, we can restore, we can rebuild our relationship, our partnership, our home and family, but it's going to require work and effort. And the other person is like, but I just want things to be happy and easy and free of, the Ace of Swords in the World also goes with that. Yeah, so again, it's a conversation here about, look, we can do this moving forward, but it's going to require work, and another person is reluctant to do that. It feels almost ultimatum-ish. It's like, look, we either do this moving forward or we go our separate ways. And again, this doesn't have to be romantic. It can be a different kind of partnership, but there's definitely a partnership of some kind here. Let's clarify the Star. Yeah, the Lovers. A relationship at a crossroads, or a choice. In the early tarot decks, this was called the choice card, and it can represent choosing between two people. It can represent a relationship at a crossroads, and a choice needs to be made that's going to significantly impact the relationship. Now, the choice might be about the relationship itself. Do we continue together? Do we go our separate ways? Or it can be in another area of life, but that would significantly impact the relationship. The Five of Pentacles, insufficiency and lack, feeling shut out, abandoned, rejected, betrayed, not good enough. Financial or material insufficiency and lack, or a combination of those. So for some of you, if the relationship isn't in question, then it may be about financial and material issues. You know, maybe there's been some financial material hardship, out of work, out of job, out of money. It might be the property itself, the mortgage, the rent. And it may be that the decision needs to be made, that there's a choice, and one person in the relationship is saying, we can rebuild ourselves financially and materially and make the home and family, whatever that is, better. But we need to move forward on this. It's going to take some work. Again, whether it's about the relationship or something else that affects the relationship, the energy, clarify the Magician, is the same. One person says and is willing to put the work in, but the other person doesn't want to do it if it requires what they feel is too much effort on their part. It almost feels kind of lazy. The King of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles again. Yeah. Teamwork, compromise, collaboration. That's what the Three of Pentacles is. It represents that both people agree on what they want long term, but they both have to work, compromise, and negotiate and work together in order to make that happen. Four of Cups, there's an offer being made here, but somebody's just looking at it because they don't feel they need it exactly, so they're not making any move to take it. Again, there's a bit of a lazy and selfish energy in one of the people in this relationship. Let's clarify that Two of Swords. Stuck, blocked, don't want to look at it, reluctant or resistance to dealing with something. Knight of Swords again, don't want to talk about it. The Knight of Wands, I don't want to act, I don't want to make a decision, I don't want to choose a path. Oh my goodness, the Knight of Cups, I don't want to make the offer. Somebody's like stuck, but they're stuck because of what's in their own head. Clarify the Sun. For many of you, if not most of you, this is going to be the other person. But some of you, it might be you too. Clarify the Sun. The Fool, the Seven of Cups. This is like la-di-da, building castles in the sky. None of it is practical energy. It's like, I mean, on its own, these are three very positive cards. Daydreaming, wish fulfilling, thinking about things, building castles in the sky, looking at the best and brightest of the possibilities and potential, light, love, warmth, laughter, vacation. But it's not practical. Again, in the context of this reading, it's not healthy energy for a relationship or a partnership, because one person is willing to put the work in that needs to be done on this partnership, and the other person is willing to let the other person do the work, but they don't want to put in the work or the same amount of work. They just want things to be easy and light and not have any problems. And so it's an issue here. And it's the kind of issue in a partnership that whether it happens now or whether it happens a little ways down the road, it's either going to, both people have to, one of three things has to happen. Either both people agree to be on the same page in what needs to happen moving forward, or the person who's doing all the work and getting very little in return is going to do one of two things. Either say, I'm done with this, I have to move on, I can't be the only one investing here, or they have to make peace with the situation being the way it is. And most people don't do that for very long. So, I mean, it's quite easy to see what the advice would be here based on that. But let's end with some advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. Feels like a difficult and challenging situation. Page of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. Somebody needs to say, look, I'm willing to put the work in. Both people need to say, look, I'm willing to put the work in. I love what we want to do. I love our home. I love our family. Or I really like this partnership. I'm willing to put the work in for the stability and happiness of what we are. Whether that's romantic, home and family, or a different kind of partnership, like business partnership. 2 of Pentacles in the Tower, or this needs to come to an end, or I have to let this come to an end. So, like I felt in the beginning, it has a very kind of ultimate-ish kind of energy. It's like basically fish or cut bait. Either let's agree to put the work in together to rebuild, restore, and make this healthy and stable, or we make the decision to let it end, to crumble, to go our separate ways, to just let it fall. Doesn't feel like and it feels very black and white that way. So free will, free agency, but that's kind of what I'm seeing here for the last half of July. Okay, Aquarius, those are your messages for the last half of July. I hope they were helpful, relevant, or at least validated what you're already thinking and feeling. Again, if this did resonate with you and you'd like to perhaps take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading or information about that for yourself or as a gift for someone else, or you simply like the reading style and are interested in a personal reading, please email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. You can also see that email address by clicking on the description link or the title of this video. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the August general readings. Until then, stay well and stay safe, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.